Yeah.
What up, though? OG Kenny, O_G_Kenny at Retired from the Streets TV. It's another episode, and this one, man, is close to home again, like most of these stories, man. So I come home from prison the last time in 2015, right? December 2015, I think the 15th. Yeah, 10 days before Christmas. And it was a blessing. I got to get home, get acclimated back to the family real quick, and go through some of my stuff, find my old ugly Christmas hoodie, sweatshirt that everybody hate. And it was a good time. I got home, got back to working, stacking, all that stuff that people do when they come home and they trying to get back on their feet, right? I had this dude from the area named B. B used to take me, like B was like a silly dude, you know what I mean? He was real silly. He was real, what you would call like a goofball, right? Harmless dude though. Good people. All he wanted to do is get him a beer, smoke him a J, right? And he was my jitney basically. But he wasn't just a jitney, but that was a service he provided for dudes he messed with. He'd shoot you around, for a little fee. And it was critical at that time because I hadn't had my license back yet. And I needed to, I was going back and forth co-parenting. I needed to get to my daughter on the weekends and blah, blah, blah. So to make a long story short, B, we had a decent relationship on and off for quite a few years, for like about 4 or 5 years, right? Up until July 10th of 2020. So on July 10th, 2020, at an American Eagle Coney Island on Detroit's northwest side, right off the corner of Dexter and Joy Road, if you're familiar with Detroit area. So there was that wasn't even an altercation. There was a situation that occurred in this Coney Island where allegedly this dude heard something that was said about the chick he was with. It's supposed to have been his girlfriend. I don't know like the extent of their relationship, but he got upset about something that was said about this girl, allegedly, because I don't think nobody actually was saying what was said, you know what I'm saying? And it happened so fast. I'm talking about from the time you saw the dude on camera to the time everything erupted, it wasn't nothing but like 6 seconds. I can't show y'all the unedited version of that. It's out there. It's real gruesome. It's real explicit. So I wouldn't show it, and I can't show it from, of course, YouTube guidelines and whatnot. But I'm going to take y'all to a clip right now, though. Check this out.
A look at some pretty chilling video of this attack, Nick.
Yeah, and you're not going to see it all because there's just some parts that are too graphic for anybody to see. But we will show you some surveillance video inside of Eagle Coney Island, which shows you the shooter. And the police chief says you can see a female, a 23-year-old, who may be an accomplice, and they're still looking for her. This is video immediately after the quadruple shooting at Eagle Coney Island on Detroit's west side. 4 men were shot between the ages of 20 and 34. 3 were shot inside the restaurant, the 4th in the parking lot as the shooter fled. This video is now going viral on Instagram, showing surveillance video of the shooting. The person who posted it says they got it from the owners of the restaurant. We're pausing the video, but you can see the shooter standing with his back to the camera in red. When a man in the gray hoodie stands up, the gunman steps forward and fires. That suspect is a 25-year-old and was arrested within 7 hours. But police are still looking for a 23-year-old female that was with him and may have driven him away.
Need her to come in so we can have a conversation. But again, 3 deaths, senseless shooting. Our hearts and prayers go out to each of the family members associated with those victims.
And that 4th victim, a 28-year-old, the one who was in critical condition, remains in critical condition this morning. Evrod, as the police chief said, senseless. The fact that anybody had to die, and again, over what?
Yeah, and I've seen the video. It is very, very disturbing.
So what we're dealing with now is that, that was almost 2 years ago, almost to the date. Another month from now, a month and some change, let's say 7 weeks, that'd be the year anniversary of that senseless murder. My homeboy B, 34-year-old Brian Jackson, along with, was it 24-year-old Carnell Watts and 20-year-old Courtney Willis. It was a fourth victim, but he didn't die. But he killed those dudes. And it wasn't like he was in there like playing games, or he was trying to shoot somebody in the leg or pistol whip somebody or hold the pistol and say don't move while I sock you in your mouth. You understand what I'm saying? While I go in your jaw, pause. He went headshot. That's how he was coming. Like it was a video game. No regard for human life. A total disregard for human life. You didn't even care about the broad you was with, obviously, or the female, excuse my language. You didn't even care about the female you was with, obviously. So, dumbass, you get upset about something that somebody said to one of your chicks, or your chick rather. You headshotting dudes in a restaurant, and you on parole though. This dude was on parole at the time. This dude was 25 years old at the time, like they say on the news clip. 27 now. Just recently, what day was this? A few days ago, man. On the 5th of July, got sentenced to 40 years in prison for 3 counts of second-degree murder and 1 count of attempted murder, right? My thing is, I got homeboys, personal homeboys. Y'all see the story. If y'all had not watched the story that says murder for hire or snitching gone wrong, when I tell y'all about the homeboy Clifford McKeel, allegedly all he did was say, hey, bro, this is my nephew. He want to holler at you about something, right? And it turned out that allegedly they had something to do with a murder situation, right? Now, of course, somebody got murdered in that situation, but I'm saying is, them dudes got natural life. My homeboy got natural life for basically saying, hey, bro, want to holler at you about something. You know? Now, he got action in court right now. He got some leeway. If y'all watch the episode, y'all see what I'm talking about. But I'm saying they got natural life for that. This dude headshot on camera. Total disregard for life, like I repeated in this episode, and they gave this dude 40 years, man. And I ain't no advocate for punishment of crime, especially in the capitalistic society. My thing is, though, and maybe because it's close to home, because I knew this brother B, man. I knew Brian. Brian was a smooth dude. He was a colorful dude. He would get his hair cut in an asymmetrical Gumby like they did back in the late 80s with the bright colors, you know, turquoise shirt, blue and red pants. You know, he was really eccentric. And he was a good dude, man. So maybe I'm taking it personal, and because I'm not really an advocate for slamming dudes if I'm away for senseless things, right, and whatnot, or giving guys too much time. But, man, in a situation like this, man, you took 3 young brothers, man. I ain't gonna tell them what type of contributions they would have made to society. And you did it over nothing. It took like this much time. Y'all watch the unedited version if y'all want to, and y'all see what I'm saying. This dude went from bah, 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 then went out, bah, bah, clapped at somebody outside the joint, came back in, bah, bah, bah. I don't know how many more times. It was totally unnecessary, man. Totally unnecessary. You know, and then you got family members left to grieve. That's like these dudes had, you know, like B was Brian was some kin to somebody prominent in the city. Matter of fact, he was the cousin of Reverend Charles Williams II. Charles Williams II was an activist for racial and social justice, and he was the president of the Michigan chapter of the National Action Network, right? So ain't no telling what this brother might have transitioned into later on in life with his connections through politics and the church. You understand what I'm saying? So that to me is a total, anytime somebody's killed is a waste of life to me, especially senseless killing. You understand what I'm saying? A relative of my bro Jackson actually said this: if you have a heart, if you have guilt, if you have something within you that says that you want to do something better, we're asking right now that you show it. And this is when he was still on the run. They caught him though, you know? They caught him, right? The surviving victim, I'm sorry, name is Brandon Mosley. I want to give him his respect too. His name is Brandon Mosley, and he indicated that he would rather be dead and survived the shooting because he has such terrible survivor's guilt and the mental anguish that he goes through every day because of what happened to him and the 3 other victims of that Detroit community. You know, and then when you talking about Jackson's father, he spoke during the sentencing. He said, "I've been through hell and back. Me and his birthdays are on the same day. It's coming up at the end of the month. I won't be able to celebrate with him because of this senseless killing." And Mickey Douglas chose not to speak to his victim's family. He had already served 2 years for the gun charge they gave him. But we talking about 3 young kings who hadn't even reached their full potential in life. Sometimes you get a young brother who in his 30s and 40s and he might have arrested development, but something may spark within him a courageous fire and a fury that gets him off his tailbone and say, you know what, I found my purpose, my grand design, and I'm about to move based on that, man. 40 years to me wasn't enough. I'm sorry, and I know everybody who really like anti-prison advocates, prison industrial complex, you know, and all that, and I get that. I'm about that too, but in this situation, man, this was crazy. These young dudes, and then you did it in front of a young sister that you're supposed to care about. Ain't no telling how traumatic that's gonna be for her and her dating experience later on. She might not want to mess with nobody. She might be going. She might have went the other way by now. You know, who knows? But I think that anything that puts the community at large nowadays, and even though I've been reckless, I changed my life. I've been reckless in the community, but I never would have did nothing like that, man. That's wild. Man, I love y'all, man. I'm gonna pray for all y'all safety as this weather's changing, especially up here in Detroit, because y'all already know as soon as it get a little warm, it gets real hectic. It's been over 200 or around 200 mass shootings in the U.S. this year so far. We ain't even halfway through the year. Well, we just got the halfway mark. So I just pray for all y'all safety. I thank y'all for tuning in. Like I say, when I do episodes like this, it's just really from the heart, but I still would like to always invite y'all to subscribe to the channel, like the content, share the content, get in the comment section, hit the notification bell, get in tune with me on Instagram at @O_G_Kenny or at Retired from the Streets TV. I love y'all. I pray that all y'all safe, man. And until next time, I'm out.